I'm Dr. Siddharth Unithan. Welcome to Sportsmed Doctor. I know it's been some time since I've put any injury videos out there, but I've been really busy. I've been putting small posts, short videos in the channel. Thank you for watching those videos and subscribing to the channel. So let me start to this video. So this is an injury video on Ashley Westwood. So who is Ashley Westwood? Ashley Westwood is a Premier League football player who plays for Burnley. He's a midfielder, and last match against West Ham, he had a very bad ankle injury. So I thought I'll do a short video on the injury and what has happened to him, and what is the prognosis, when can he come back, all of that. There are already immediate reaction videos by other people, by other doctors out there, and I prefer to do it a little bit more later so that I get a better idea as to what the injury is. So that's why I delay it a little bit. So let's start with this video. So Ashley Westwood, what happened was that he was controlling the ball, and when he controlled the ball, he the ball did not get in full control, so it moved a little bit further. So it was like a 50-50 chance when the defender, when the opponent player, who was Nikola Vlasic of West Ham, he lunged for the ball, and both of them lunged together and went for the ball. But what happened, as you can see in the video or in the picture more clearly, you can see is that Vlasic actually lands on the knee of Ashley Westwood, while his ankle is rotated outwards. So the whole load happens onto the ankle, which causes the ankle to explode. So that is what actually happened on field. Now when you see the video, actually it's like so quick, you don't realize what happened, but then immediately you see him clutching, and you can see that the foot is externally rotated totally outside to what is the normal plane. So if it's in a straight angle, the foot is like opposite angle totally. So when you see when he's lying onto the side, you can see the foot angle pointing upwards. So that much externally rotated it has been. So that is what is what actually happened. Now what did they do on field? On field, immediately they called the medical team. The medical team rushed over, immediately checked for neurovascular imbalances or any deficiencies, and then immediately reduced the ankle. After stabilizing it, reduced the ankle and put it on a splint to stabilize it. This is what you usually do. Any form of injury, always check for neurovascular problems and then immediately try to reduce. Why do they reduce it on field? Is to prevent any further inflammation and pain to the athlete, because otherwise it's very difficult for him to it is quite painful, and it is very discomforting to see your foot in an outward angle also. And so he was shifted like that. So as you can see, if you see pictures, he's smiling after the reduction and everything. While he's being shifted onwards, he's quite in a cheerful mood. Now they sent him to the hospital, where a CT and an MRI is done. Now CT, why it's done is to check on the bones, while MRI is done to check on the soft tissues. This is why we do usually a combination. With CT you can find out soft tissues, but it's always better to do an MRI. You can know exactly what and all has been injured. Now due to the external rotation, what has happened is that definitely he would have torn his ligaments and he might have fractured. But now since it's been already 4 days, we know that there is a fracture which has occurred. Now what they did immediately is that they stabilized the foot, and they planned for surgery. Surgery was done, so reconstruction of the ligament as well as the fracture stabilization would have been done. We don't know exactly which ligaments were torn. We don't know which bone was fractured and what surgery was done exactly. It's not known because it's private details. But we can assume that the deltoid ligament, which is the innermost part, so it is the inner part of the ankle, the medial side, these are very strong ligaments, and to tear it you need actual force for it to get torn. And this has definitely torn because the foot was an external rotation. That would have torn. And then there is something called the syndesmosis. Syndesmosis is a ligament which lies between the tibia and the fibula. So this also would have been torn, and then we don't know whether the lateral ankle ligaments have been also torn exactly, but I assume that it could have also been torn, while definitely a fracture has taken place. So these all would have been reconstructed and fixed, and the bones also would have been stabilized. Now let's come into the most important thing is after this what. Now, the biggest setback, you can say, the bad part, there's always a bad and there's always a good part. The bad part is his age. He's 32 years old. That is the end, fag end of an athlete, usually we say. By that time, his metabolism is a little bit more slower compared to a 20-year-old. So healing is a little bit delayed, even though it is there. Definitely he's a more healthy person, but still it will be comparatively a little bit delayed compared to a 20-year-old. So that will, delay his recovery a little bit. But that doesn't mean that he can't come back very quickly. Seeing all this injury, definitely 6 months. 6 months is the usual time required for any form of rehab, which is required. Now, 6 months, and after 6 months, recovery occurs, and he should be with physical therapy. The most important thing is that he needs psychological treatment also, because he's had such a big injury. He's at the end of his career. So whether it is, career-ending injury, whether he can go back as the same form as before, all of this has to be considered. He will be having kinesiophobia, that is means he'll be having that fear of movement. Usually when such big injuries occur, there is always such phobias which occur. So these all things have to be corrected and put into perspective for him. So we usually, the football players work with a team together. So they'll be working with a sports psychologist, they'll be working with a sports nutritionist, they'll be working with a sports physiotherapist, with the sports medicine doctor, with the orthopedic surgeon. All of them work together as a team, to get the best out of him, and then the strength and conditioning. And they create a plan for him. And usually such injuries take around 6 months to recover. And hopefully we will be seeing him, after 6 months, and play for Burnley if they, do not go into relegation. I hope this video was a little bit interesting for you. Like how the injury has occurred, because basically he externally rotated and came out. What was the mechanism of action, what ligaments would have been torn. So usually it's the deltoid ligament which would have been torn, and exactly what is his recovery method, and usually what is being done, and how fast will he return back. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching the video. I'll try to put more videos such as these. Thank you for watching again. Hope you do like and subscribe for the channel. Thank you for watching.